Well, to continuing my lecture on problems on motion under gravity, we discussed up to now example problem number 9. So in this example problem 9, we, we already calculated distance x1, that value we got 80 square by 8. So now we find s2. So after finding S2, relation between S1 and S2 we got. So now S1 we got here 80 square by 8. How to find S2 here? So the main important thing, like this type of problems are asked in competitive exams like a JEE and NEET. These type of problems are very important. These problems are nothing but here two steps process or step by step process problems. These problems are nothing but step by step process problems. Step by step problems, step by step movement problems, step by step movement of a body, movement of a body problems. Here, step by step movement of a body problems. These are, observe carefully our question. Here, A to B body will be moves in two steps process. Is it or not? So two steps process. First half of time it moves x1 distance. Next half of time it moves s2 distance. That means from A to B, I'll consider here A is starting point, B is ending point. From A to B, the body will be moves in two steps process. Is it or not? Body will be moves in two steps process. So like this problems we are solving step by step problems like a two steps movement problems like this is given. We are easy to find by applying condition for one step by step. For example, first step we got initial velocity, final velocity and distance we are taking. So for the second step, second step is what, man? For the second step it is moves from C to B, from C to B, from the C to B. This is second step. From C to B movement, initial velocity for the second step, that we consider as u2. u2 is equal to initial velocity for the second step movement. Initial velocity for second step is equal to final velocity of first step. Final velocity of first step. This is very important, mark. Final velocity of first step. Initial velocity for the second step is equal to final velocity of the first step. That means u2 is equal to v1 here. So what is initial velocity for the second step? Initial velocity for the second step is equal to final velocity for the first step. What is the final velocity for first step? I consider final velocity is as v. This is first step now, that's why v1. So u2 is equal to v1. So we find v1 value first. So how we find v1? v1 is equal to u1 plus a into t1. So v1 is equal to u1 means 0. For the first step, initial velocity is 0 meter per second. 0 plus acceleration is a only. Time is t by 2. So what we got, ma? A t by 2. So v1 is equal to, we got a t by 2. This is also equal to initial velocity for second step. Initial velocity for second step we got a t by 2. Now what we need to find here? S2 value we need to find here. S2 value. How we find S2, ma? So here observe carefully. S2 is equal to formula. So from the second equation of motion, S is equal to ut plus half at square. So now distance is equal to S2 here for the second step, and u is nothing but initial velocity. What is initial velocity for here? Second step. Initial velocity is this is u2 into t2 plus half into a into t2 square, because for this second step s2 value we need to find. u2 is equal to what, ma? u2 is equal to at by 2. At by 2 into t2 means t2 is also here, t by 2. t t by 2 plus half into acceleration a only. T2 is equal to what ma here? T by 2 whole square. So from this what we got here, at by 2 into t by 2 means at square by 4 plus at square by 8 here, because this is 4 into 2 8 square by 8. So we calculate this, what we got this here, LCM is 8 here, 4 2s 280 square plus 80 square 380 square by 8 we got. So S2 is equal to we got ma 380 square by 8, 380 square by 8. Now relation between S1 and S2, how we got? S1 is equal to 80 square by 8 we got. S2 is equal to what we got ma? S2 is equal to 3 into 80 square by 8 we got. Observe carefully, what is S2 here? 380 square by 8. Now what is the relation between S2 and S1? So from this we write 3 into 80 square by 8 is nothing but x1. So from this what we got, my x2 is equal to 3 into x1. S2 is equal to 3 into S1 here. So observe carefully, ma'am. These type of problems are very important. This is a step-by-step moving problem. For the first step, body covers distance is x1 meters and time is half of time. Total time is t, means half of time means t by 2 seconds. For the second step, body covers distance is s2 meters and time is here half of time, that means here also t by 2 seconds. From this we find distance s1. Distance s1 is equal to, we got from the second equation, ut plus half 80 square. Here initial velocity is equal to 0. We got here s1 is equal to 80 square by 8. For the second step, this is very important. For the second step, initial velocity for the second step is equal to final velocity of the first step, because it is step-by-step movement process. For example, if third step is there here in this question, for example, in this question third step is not given. For example, third step is given. How to find initial velocity? Initial velocity for the third step is equal to final velocity of the second step. For example, we find initial velocity for the second step means initial velocity for the second step is equal to final velocity for the first step. Like this we consider here. So that's why u2 is equal to initial velocity for the second step is equal to final velocity of the first step. So v1 we find that we got here u2 is equal to v1 is equal to at by 2. So that at by 2 we are using substitute in s is equal to ut plus half at square formula. We got s2 is equal to 3 into at square by 8. So S1 is equal to 80 square by 8. S2 is equal to 380 square by 8. Relation between these two, S2 is equal to 3S1. So therefore, answer for this question is S2 is equal to 3x1. So this is the problem. I hope you all are understood this video. If you had any doubt regarding this lecture, so please mention in the comment box whatever you didn't understood. So please mention in the comment box whether I saw that comments. Definitely, so I'll give a proper explanation, a proper that means what you have a doubt that we discussed in further lectures. So I hope you are all understood this video. And one more thing, like these questions are whenever they given step-by-step movement problems, observe carefully what concept they given. So based upon the concept we apply conditions, so we got answer. So thank you so much.